Have you ever noticed that as the years go by, the phone doesn't ring as often as it used to? Or maybe you've felt that invitations to gatherings have started to dwindle, and you're not quite sure why. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? One day you're surrounded by friends and family, and the next, it feels like the world is moving on without you. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people over 70 experience this shift, and it can leave you wondering, what's changed? Why are people starting to avoid me? Well, the truth is, it's not always about you. Life has a way of pulling people in different directions, and sometimes relationships naturally evolve, but that doesn't mean you have to sit back and let it happen. In fact, there are steps you can take to reconnect with the people around you and ensure that your golden years are filled with meaningful connections. In this video, we're going to explore why people might start pulling away after 70, and more importantly, how you can fix it before it's too late. We'll talk about the subtle changes that can happen as we age, how they might affect your relationships, and what you can do to stay engaged, vibrant, and connected to the people who matter most. Let's start by looking at one of the most common reasons people might start to drift away: changes in communication. The first point, communication shifts. As we get older, our communication habits can change without us even realizing it. Maybe you've noticed that you're not as quick to pick up the phone to call a friend, or perhaps you've started to rely more on others to initiate plans. It's not that you don't care, it's just that life feels a little quieter, a little slower, and it's easy to fall into the habit of waiting for others to reach out. But here's the thing: when you stop initiating conversations or making plans, people might assume you're not interested. They might think you're busy, or tired, or that you'd rather be left alone. And over time, those assumptions can lead to fewer calls, fewer invitations, and a sense of distance that wasn't there before. The good news is, this is something you can fix. Start by taking small steps to reconnect. Send a text to a friend, just to say hello. Call a family member, and ask how their day is going. Even something as simple as a handwritten note can remind people that you're thinking of them. The key is to be proactive. Don't wait for others to come to you. Reach out and show them that you're still here, still engaged, and still eager to be part of their lives. The second point, staying active and engaged. Another reason people might start to pull away is if they sense that you're not as active or engaged as you used to be. Let's face it, aging can come with its challenges. Maybe you're not as mobile as you once were, or perhaps you've had to give up some of the hobbies and activities you used to love. When that happens, it's easy to fall into a routine that feels comfortable, but might also feel isolating. But staying active and engaged doesn't mean you have to run a marathon or take up a new extreme sport. It's about finding ways to stay involved in the world around you. Join a local club or group that aligns with your interests. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Take a class at your community center or even online. These small steps can make a big difference in how connected you feel and how connected others feel to you. When people see that you're still curious, still learning, and still eager to try new things, they'll be more likely to include you in their lives. Plus, staying active has the added benefit of boosting your mood, your energy, and your overall sense of well-being. It's a win-win. The third point, embracing technology now. Let's talk about something that might feel a little intimidating, but is incredibly important: technology. If you've been avoiding smartphones, social media, or video calls because they feel too complicated, you're not alone. Many people over 70 feel the same way, but here's the thing: technology is one of the easiest ways to stay connected in today's world. Think about it. Your grandkids are probably texting instead of calling. Your friends might be sharing photos and updates on Facebook or Instagram, and if you're not part of those conversations, it's easy to feel left out. But the truth is, learning to use technology doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small. Ask a family member to show you how to send a text or make a video call. Explore social media at your own pace, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Once you get the hang of it, you'll find that technology can open up a whole new world of connection. You can stay in touch with loved ones who live far away, reconnect with old friends, and even meet new people who share your interests. It's a powerful tool, and it's never too late to start using it. Now that we've covered these first 3 points, communication shifts, staying active and engaged, and embracing technology, it's time to take a closer look at some of the other factors that might be affecting your relationships. In the next part, we'll dive into how changes in health, mindset, and even your environment can play a role in why people might start to pull away. But for now, I want you to think about these first steps. How can you start reaching out more? What's one new activity you'd like to try? And what's one piece of technology you're curious about? Remember, it's never too late to make a change. Small steps can lead to big improvements, and the connections you nurture today can bring joy and fulfillment for years to come. So, let's keep going, there's so much more to explore. Let's pick up where we left off. We've talked about how communication shifts, staying active, and embracing technology can help you stay connected as you age. But there's more to this story. Sometimes the reasons people start to pull away aren't just about what you're doing or not doing, but also about how life changes for everyone as the years go by. Let's dive into the next point: health and energy levels. The fourth point: health and energy levels. As we get older, it's natural for our health and energy levels to change. Maybe you've noticed that you don't have the same stamina you once did, or perhaps you're dealing with a chronic condition that makes it harder to get out and about. These changes can affect not only how you feel but also how others perceive you. For example, if you're often canceling plans because you're not feeling well, people might start to assume you're not up for socializing. Or if you're always talking about your aches and pains, they might feel like they don't know how to connect with you beyond that. Now, I'm not saying you should pretend everything is fine when it's not. It's important to be honest about how you're feeling, but it's also helpful to focus on what you can do, rather than what you can't. For instance, if going out for dinner feels like too much, why not invite a friend over for tea instead? Or if you're not up for a long visit, suggest a shorter, more manageable get-together. The key is to find ways to stay connected that work for you. And don't be afraid to let people know what you need. If you're feeling tired, say so, but also let them know you still want to spend time with them. Most people will appreciate your honesty and will be happy to adjust their expectations. The fifth point: mindset and positivity. Here's something that might surprise you. Your mindset can have a big impact on how others interact with you. Think about it. Would you rather spend time with someone who's always complaining, or someone who's positive and upbeat? It's not about pretending everything is perfect, but about focusing on the good things in life, even when times are tough. As we age, it's easy to fall into the habit of focusing on what's wrong, whether it's your health, your finances, or the state of the world, but when you do that, it can push people away. They might feel like they don't know how to help, or they might simply find it draining to be around negativity. So how can you shift your mindset? Start by practicing gratitude. Each day, take a moment to think about something you're thankful for. It could be something big, like your family, or something small, like a beautiful sunset. When you focus on the positive, it changes how you feel, and it changes how others feel around you. Another way to cultivate positivity is to stay curious. Ask people about their lives, their interests, and their dreams. When you show genuine interest in others, it creates a sense of connection and makes them want to spend more time with you. The sixth point: adapting to change. Life is full of changes, especially as we get older. Kids move away, friends move to new cities, and the world around us keeps evolving. It's easy to feel left behind when these changes happen, but the truth is, you have the power to adapt and thrive. One of the biggest changes many people face after 70 is retirement. For decades, your job might have been a big part of your identity and your social life. When that's gone, it can leave a void that's hard to fill, but retirement also gives you the opportunity to explore new interests and build new connections. Think about what you've always wanted to do but never had the time for. Maybe it's learning to paint, joining a book club, or traveling to a place you've always dreamed of visiting. When you pursue new passions, you not only enrich your own life, but also give others a reason to connect with you. Another way to adapt to change is to be open to new ways of doing things. For example, If your family is spread out across the country, consider using video calls to stay in touch. Or if you're no longer able to drive, look into community transportation options or rideshare services. When you're willing to adapt, it shows others that you're still engaged and eager to be part of their lives. Now that we've explored these next 3 points, health and energy levels, mindset and positivity, and adapting to change, it's clear that staying connected after 70 is about more than just reaching out to others. It's about taking care of yourself, staying curious, and being open to new possibilities. In the next part, we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts and practical tips to help you strengthen your relationships and live your best life. But for now, I want you to think about this. What's one small change you can make today to stay connected? Maybe it's sending a text to a friend, trying a new hobby, or simply focusing on the good things in your life. Remember, it's never too late to take charge of your relationships and create a life that's full of joy, connection, and meaning. So let's keep moving forward. There's so much more to explore. We've covered a lot of ground so far, haven't we? From communication shifts and staying active to embracing technology and adapting to change, we've explored some of the key reasons why people might start to pull away after 70 and what you can do about it. Now, let's bring it all together with a few final points and some practical steps you can take to strengthen your relationships and live your best life. The 7th point. Building a support system. One of the most important things you can do as you age is to build a strong support system. This doesn't just mean having people around you, it means having people who truly understand and care about you. These are the people who will be there for you when times are tough, who will celebrate your victories, and who will remind you that you're never alone. But here's the thing, a support system doesn't just happen overnight. It takes effort to build and maintain. Start by identifying the people in your life who make you feel valued and supported. These might be family members, close friends, or even neighbors. Make an effort to nurture those relationships. Check in with them regularly, offer your support when they need it, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it too. If you feel like your support system is lacking, don't worry. It's never too late to build new connections. Join a community group, take a class, or volunteer for a cause you care about. When you put yourself out there, you'll be amazed at how many people are looking for connection just like you. The 8th point. Letting go of what doesn't serve you. As we get older, it's important to take stock of our relationships and let go of the ones that no longer serve us. This might sound harsh, but the truth is, not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some people might drift away naturally, while others might bring more stress than joy into your life. Letting go doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life entirely. It just means setting boundaries and focusing your energy on the relationships that truly matter. For example, if you have a friend who's always negative or critical, it's okay to limit the time you spend with them. Or if you're holding on to a relationship out of obligation, ask yourself if it's really worth the effort. When you let go of what doesn't serve you, you create space for the relationships that do. You'll have more time and energy to invest in the people who make you feel happy, supported, and valued. And that's what truly matters. The 9th point. Embracing your independence. Finally, let's talk about independence. As we age, it's easy to feel like we're losing control over our lives. Maybe you're relying more on others for help, or perhaps you're feeling less confident about your abilities. But here's the thing. Independence isn't just about doing everything on your own. It's about making choices that align with your values and priorities. Embracing your independence means taking charge of your life, even when things feel uncertain. It means finding ways to stay active, engaged, and connected, even if you need a little help along the way. It means saying yes to the things that bring you joy and no to the things that don't. When you embrace your independence, it shows others that you're still in control of your life. It reminds them that you're not just someone to be cared for, you're someone to be respected, admired, and included. So let's recap what we've covered. We've talked about the importance of communication, staying active, and embracing technology. We've explored how health, mindset, and adaptability can affect your relationships. And we've discussed the value of building a support system, letting go of what doesn't serve you, and embracing your independence. But here's the most important thing to remember. It's never too late to make a change. Whether you're 70, 80, or beyond, you have the power to take charge of your relationships and create a life that's full of joy, connection, and meaning. So what's one small step you can take today? Maybe it's reaching out to a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe it's trying a new hobby or learning a new skill. Or maybe it's simply taking a moment to appreciate the good things in your life. Whatever it is, I want you to know that you're not alone. We're all in this together, and every small step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. Before we close this chapter, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here and sharing this time with me. Your presence means so much, and I hope you found something in this conversation that resonates with you. If you have, I'd love to hear about it. What's one idea or tip that stood out to you? Maybe it sparked a memory, inspired a new habit, or even gave you a fresh perspective. Drop a comment below and let me know. Your stories and insights are what make this community so special. And if you're enjoying this journey together, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's not just about staying updated, it's about building a space where we can all learn, grow, and support one another. Life is better when we share it, and I'm so grateful to have you here as part of this community. Remember, no matter where you are in life, you have the power to shape your relationships and your days in ways that bring you joy and fulfillment. It's never too late to reach out, try something new, or simply appreciate the connections you already have. Here's to living with curiosity, courage, and a whole lot of heart. Until we meet again, take good care of yourself, and keep shining your unique, beautiful light. The world is brighter with you in it.